When we talk about weapons that changed history, most people picture tanks thundering across battlefields, bombers roaring through the skies, or mushroom clouds rising on the horizon. But perhaps most influential and routinely invisible weapons are missiles. These aren't merely explosive projectiles. These are weapons of psychological combat, diplomatic pressure, and strategic superiority. A few had been launched, others never did have to be. Today, we count down the top 10 missiles that changed it all, and how each one reshaped history, power, and the way wars are fought. #10 V2 Rocket, Germany Woo. The V2 rocket was not only a weapon but the beginning of a new era. It was first created by Nazi Germany in the last years of World War II and was historically the first long-range ballistic guided missile. What made it terrifying wasn't its size, it was its speed. The V2 traveled faster than the speed of sound. Civilians would hear the explosion before the missile. Range: 200 miles. Payload: 2,000 lbs. Thousands of bombs were dropped on London, Antwerp, and other Allied cities. Complete neighborhoods were flattened with no warning. Why it changed everything. First weapon to reach suborbital space while in flight, unstoppable by 1940s defenses. Helped in Cold War ICBM development and space exploration. After the war, both the US and USSR raced to capture German rocket scientists, including Wernher von Braun, who later led NASA's Apollo program. From terror weapon to moonlander, the V2 changed the course of history. #9 R7 Semyorka, Soviet Union. By the 1950s, the arms race had gone orbital. The world was shocked by the R7 Semyorka, the first intercontinental ballistic weapon that could deliver a nuclear warhead from continent to continent. Range: more than 5,000 miles. Payload: 3.5 megaton warhead. It also sent Sputnik, the first man-made satellite, into orbit around Earth in 1957. Impact: started the space race. Shown no objective on Earth was beyond reach, coerced growth of early warning networks. It revolutionized military doctrine once and for all. No longer would wars be fought merely on land or at sea, but in the stars. #8 Pershing II, USA. During Cold War tensions, the U.S. unveiled a missile that could hit Moscow in under 10 minutes. The Pershing II was an intermediate-range ballistic missile that was accurate and fast. Accuracy within 30 meters flight time, 10 minutes between West Germany and Moscow. Strategic advantage, maneuvering re-entry vehicles, MARVs, avoided Soviet anti-missile defenses. Why it mattered: deployed to counter Soviet SS-20 led to the 1987 INF Treaty, showed that diplomacy can be driven by technology without having been fired. Pershing II terminated an arms race. #7 Scud Missile, USSR World. The Scud was never a precise weapon, but a weapon used by a large number of countries. From the Middle East to North Korea, this Soviet ballistic missile was the emblem of local missile war. Used in Iran-Iraq War, Gulf War, Yemen, Libya, and others. Why it was different: easy to mass-produce, used by rogue states and insurgents, spread fear despite inaccuracy. Legacy: Scuds of Saddam Hussein targeting Israel and Saudi Arabia spurred advances in missile defense, such as the Patriot system. The Scud proved that even basic missile technology can shift global strategy. #6 Tomahawk Cruise Missile, USA. If there's a single emblem of American precision power, it's the Tomahawk. Low-flying, subsonic, and extremely accurate, Tomahawk revolutionized how wars start. Range: 1,000 plus miles. Used in Iraq, Syria, Libya, Yugoslavia. Why it's a game-changer: pinpoint strikes from far offshore, no pilot risk, fit for attacking command centers, air defenses. It's the weapon of choice for sending a message with a punch. #5 DF-21D, Carrier Killer, China. The DF-21D was perhaps never deployed in combat, but its introduction revolutionized naval strategy. This Chinese missile can strike aircraft carriers beyond 1,000 miles away. Range: 1,500 to 2,000 km. Purpose: force U.S. carriers out of range. Strategic change: propose the A2/AD, anti-access/area denial doctrine, caused American military strategists to rethink naval combat. The DF-21D didn't destroy a ship, but it disrupted how fleets operate. #4 Iron Dome Interceptors, Israel. Occasionally, a good missile is one which intercepts another. Iron Dome is a short-range interceptor system deployed by Israel to defend civilians against rocket attacks. Success rate, over 90%. Intercept range, 470 km. Why it's revolutionary. Real-time tracking and destruction of threats. Saved thousands of lives, inspired other systems globally. It proved missile defense could be fast, reliable, and practical. #3 Kalibr Cruise Missile, Russia. The Russian answer to Tomahawk, though a bit more versatile and stealthy. Range, 1,500–2,500 km. Payload. Conventional or nuclear, used in Ukraine, Syria. Why it matters. Provided modern precision strike capability to Russia, once used to demonstrate power and reach, objected to stealth cruise strikes at NATO. The Kalibr demonstrated that no longer was there a monopoly on cruise missile supremacy held by the US-2 Trident II D5, USA-UK submarine-based and largely undetectable. The Trident II D5 is the cornerstone of nuclear deterrence. Range, more than 7,000 miles. Warheads, multiple independently targetable nuclear warheads, MIRVs. Why it's critical. Hidden in stealth submarines, guarantees a second strike in nuclear war. Makes first strike nuclear attacks suicidal. It preserves the peace not by threat, but by conviction. #1 HIMARS, USA, High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, or HIMARS, became world-famous during the Ukraine War. It's quick, portable, GPS-enabled, and ruthlessly precise. Range, up to 300 km. Used for targeting supply lines, bridges, command centers. Why it tops the list. Accurate, real-time, fast deployability, changed battlefield tempo, and artillery doctrine. HIMARS did not merely join the war, it transformed how the war was conducted. From V2 to HIMARS, missiles have revolutionized not only war, but diplomacy, defense, and international strategy. Some reshaped battlefields. Others kept peace through deterrence. And many shifted history without ever being launched. Which of these do you believe was most impactful? Subscribe to WarLoreLearn for additional influential analyses of weapons, wars, and military strategies that created our world. Ask ChatGPT.